to go live anyway.
I'm ready.
So we're not recording the podcast at the moment, but we are live.
I'm as ready as I'll ever be.
Nick was just typing away at something.
I was just putting on Twitter that we were going to be doing this.
He's writing his Pulitzer Prize-winning
Thank you.
wow expose on
It's actually
LexCorp.
a lot of pressure, but thank you.
Yeah. How many times can Lois win the Pulitzer for writing an expose on LexCorp?
I think she wins it on Superman usually.
Oh.
Yeah, but even so, it's got a shelf life, I think.
Yeah. I just feel like eventually, like, oh, hey, another Superman piece?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yep.
Yeah. That's all I got.
Okay.
That's my 5 minutes.
That was 5 minutes. It felt longer.
That was a minute and a half.
It felt longer, if I'm being honest with you.
When I practiced it in the mirror, it was 5 minutes, but I did a lot more ums and uhs in the mirror.
More.
Yeah.
Okay.
I always find if you get all the
choice.
ums and ahs out in front of the mirror,
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah.
I got nothing.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
What do you want to talk about that isn't the podcast stuff?
Ooh, you and me?
Yeah.
What do we want to get into? We're probably going to talk about the movies we saw that disappointed us on the podcast, so that doesn't really count.
Oh, yeah, we both saw
I
it.
finished some video games. I finished QUBE, or Cube.
Yeah, you could say
1.
cube.
That was fun.
That's how you spell cube, everybody.
Well, it's CUBE is how you spell cube, but
Yeah, how do you spell cup?
CU. Good night, everyone. He's been Eric Mickles. I finished that. I finished Knack 2 with my son.
Uh-huh.
Good times.
Nice.
Good times all around. My copy of Uncharted 4 won't play.
That sucks.
It's very minimal scratching.
Yeah.
Won't play. I don't get it. Makes me mad.
I'm sorry.
But the Cuba library has it, so I'm going to check it out from Cuba.
Nice.
All's well.
Yeah.
Well, what about you, video
Good thing
game
we finally got rid of that travel ban.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, what's that?
Just some sparkling lime, coconut lime water.
Ooh.
I wasn't inviting your criticism or response, but that's
I don't know why I was
That's okay.
excited when you said sparkling, but then I heard coconut water.
a lot
I
of
was
good
like,
things sparkle. Vampires?
No.
No.
Incorrect.
It's hard.
What were you asking me? What games I played?
Yeah, what are you playing? What are you up to?
I finished Wolfenstein: The New Order.
Wolfenstein, the first computer game I ever played, the old one.
Wolfenstein 3D.
I
Where you're
don't
just
know.
like in the blue corridors.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I don't think it was 3D, though. I mean, it felt
No,
like,
it's
it
not
felt
3D.
Like 8-bit.
Yeah, it's not 3D, but they refer to it as 3D. 3D.
Which
So.
is a 3D or 3B?
Well, I played
Because you said both.
I played New Order, which is a pretty serious
cool.
story about the Nazis taking over and like the whole world
Yeah.
since the 60s. But like, it's pretty dramatic. What is that?
Yeah.
I'm ruining this.
Yeah, grab that blue phone over there. I'll turn it off. Do you want me to vamp for a minute? So I'm probably going to try... Well, I was asking Eric about Just Cause, but I'm probably
here I am
gonna
again.
try... Yeah, you are. I'm probably going to try Just Cause, and I think I'm going to get in on the new Terminator, even though you say that it's intense.
The new Terminator?
Tomb Raider, sorry.
Tomb Raider, yeah.
Tomb Raider. But that's it, video game-wise.
Nothing intense has happened in Terminator since 2003. So,
Okay,
and I'm
good
even,
thought.
yeah. I finished also Doom 2016, which is the new Doom.
With The Rock.
No
Yeah,
Rock.
he was in it.
There's no Rock in this one.
He was in it.
It is so good. It is one of the best games
That was a twist. I didn't
I've
think you were going to say
ever
that.
played. It's so fast. It's so aggressive. It's just pure adrenaline for about 9 hours that I played for. And I'm going to replay it sometime on the difficulty right above the one I just played. It's a lot of fun. The glory kills where you shoot something so much that it starts glowing that if you press the little joystick button, you go up and just tear it in half.
Ooh.
Sometimes you tear him in half.
Wow.
Sometimes you take the two guns that are on his shoulders and squish its head. Sometimes you just punch it. One of the monsters, you take its heart out and you shove it down its throat, and then it explodes.
Yes. So just to clarify, this is just for the Twitch people. The podcast people don't have
we're
to.
not recording
Okay,
this,
they don't
yeah.
have to listen to that. All right,
So,
that's good.
It's just
That's
it was
good.
just so we've spent so many years playing video games where like if you're shooting, you're ducking, or you're behind a cover, and you just I have forgotten how fun it is just to run around in a circle around the enemy and just blast
Good
away,
times.
just like
It's good times.
and like you're not getting hit, but you're it's just fun to run around.
I've not played any of the Doom games.
Oh yeah.
So
I don't know if you like this
I don't know
one.
what to say.
It's aggressive, but it's a lot of fun.
Okay.
So now I'm playing Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
Nice.
So
All right.
Yeah.
Shall we podcast?
yeah, let's do it.
Hi, Katara.
Huh?
Katara's watching, so I was just saying hi.
How do you know that?
Because she said so on Twitter.
Oh,
Yeah.
hi, Kator.
Live and interactive.
All right,
What are you
let's
gonna
start
do?
doing the podcast.
I'm ready.
Where do we go?
Episode 182.
Yeah, episode 182.
Yep.
Welcome to episode 182 of the All the Books Show, recorded at the David A. Hale Public Library. What did I just say there? It doesn't matter.
A little
Doesn't
weird.
It doesn't matter.
But we
Doesn't
got
matter.
it.
Doesn't
David A.
matter.
Hale
Doesn't
Public
matter.
Library.
Yeah.
Wellsville, New York.
Oh, geez. A little bit too much information.
Too much?
Yeah,
Okay.
TMI.
I'll pull it back.
We talk book news, author news, and literary news. And I'm Eric Mickles.
And I'm Nick Gunning.
Yeah.
We've got an exciting conversation to have today. We're
Yeah.
going to talk about page-to-screen adaptations coming in 2019.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty heavy slate.
Yeah.
I feel like more and more TV shows are being adapted from books. And we covered that a little earlier in the year.
Yeah.
So now we're just going to be talking about movies,
Mm-hmm.
mostly just big theatrical releases, although I think a couple like Netflix originals
Oh, I didn't
in the
see
mix.
difference,
But
yeah.
anyway, we're going to be talking about that a little bit. Kate is not here this time.
No.
Last time we forced her to talk about the Youth Media Awards with
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
She was a grouch, but good times. We had fun.
Yeah.
We had fun.
What kind of car was that just went by?
I don't know. It was loud. So let's dive right in. Let's talk about some of the things that we've been reading.
One sec. Page to screen 2019. Hey,
Thanks.
does that kind of rhyme?
Yeah, it does a little bit.
Cool.
Yeah, we could make a song.
Do you want to talk about Gotham?
The TV show Gotham.
Yeah. No, I'm
Well-
kidding because there was no new episode last week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we do have it in the collection, and there are books. There are Gotham books too.
I'm
so
not reading them. Stop
might.
talking about
You
them.
might do it. Here's what I've been reading. So I finished
Okay.
several things, a couple of graphic novels, a couple of regular books. I'm going to start with the graphic novels.
Books.
Real mixed bags this week, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
I read Damien, Son of Batman, which is dumb. And
You're
I think
the only person who's still reading New 52.
No, that's not New 50. It's just a standalone thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
I read
Oh,
Super
that it?
Heavy. No,
You don't have anything to say about it?
I don't know. It just didn't work. Didn't work. Damian Wayne, who's the son of Batman, grows up, takes over the Batman mantle. Alfred becomes a talking cat.
Oh.
There's really, I can't.
Okay. I dig that.
I read Super Heavy, which is New 52, part of Scott Snyder's Batman run. Eric's mad at me because I skipped some volumes, but I went back to this one because I saw the tail end of the story in other collections. I liked it.
Yeah.
This one, I say with a heavy heart.
Mm-hmm.
Under the Moon, a Catwoman tale, new YA graphic novel coming out later this year by
Yeah.
Lauren Miracle. Lauren Miracle, lovely woman.
Uh-huh.
Books are very popular.
Mhm.
She was very nice to chat with at the
Yeah.
DC booth. I hated this book. I hated it. I hated it. It looked great.
Yeah.
Like, it looked great. The concept was good, but it just reeked of somebody who was not familiar with the source material.
Yeah.
And I mean, just even outside of that, I found the story to be very ugly in times, and
Ooh.
I think that was intentional.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a very unpleasant read. I thought the language was a little unnecessary,
Oh.
considering that it's a teen book. I didn't really think that it added to the story and was kind of jarring. But the bottom line, I mean, Bruce Wayne is in it as a character. Bruce Wayne, as I would assume most people know,
Mm-hmm.
is the Batman.
Uh-huh.
But I don't think that that was made clear to the author of this book.
Okay.
And even Catwoman, I don't feel like
Mhm.
there was any knowledge of Catwoman. So
Alright.
I do not recommend this. And I'm surprised because the DC Inc. books that we sampled when we were there, so Ridley Pearson's Super Sons, Danielle Page's Mira, excellent.
Mm.
Both very good.
Right.
And I feel like there was another one, Raven. Yeah, by Garcia.
That's
also
so
very
Raven.
also very good.
Yeah.
But this Catwoman one
Yeah.
was just a real clunker. And a lot of the early reviews are saying the same things, same issues that I had with it they're having. So I'm a little surprised that it got as far as it did.
Yeah.
But
Not everything can be a home run.
you know, it's setting up a sequel, and maybe
Ooh.
the feedback and maybe a little bit more like editorial input will get the series on the right track. But I was sadly disappointed
Sorry.
with the first volume there.
Sorry, Nick, and all Catwoman fans, I guess.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, don't blame me.
Yeah.
It's not my fault.
No,
All right.
that's the second time you've done this today. Nick's
What?
got this thing where I say something about something else doing
Yeah.
something wrong, and he tells me it's not his fault.
Not my fault.
Like, I know this
I
Catwoman
didn't
book's
do
not
it.
your fault.
I didn't do it.
You don't have to cover that.
Well.
If I go home and my fridge door is left open,
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you, but it's not your fault. What? Are
I
you
did.
kidding me?
I
That
swung by
one
your house
thing.
and I made a smoothie. Yeah, I
Okay.
did.
Actually, I don't know why I would just text you and be like, "Hey, my fridge door was open."
I think you
Weird.
would.
Really?
I think you would.
Okay.
I read some books.
Books.
I read Looking for Rachel Wallace, which is a Spencer novel by Robert B. Parker, the late, great Robert B. Parker, one of my favorite
yeah.
authors.
Uh-huh.
Also kind of a clunker, I've got to
Boy.
say. I love Parker's style. I always like the characters. The story, I think, is where it just got a little... Spencer was hired to basically be a bodyguard. He is not hitting it off with the person he's protecting.
That's classic.
I know. So he gets fired, and of course
Oh.
things go awry. But Spencer still feels like obligated to
Feels like
protect,
he will
to go and like solve this mystery.
Always love them.
But as soon as Spencer and Rachel Wallace get separated, the book just loses all momentum and doesn't really recapture it in the end. So, they can't all be winners, and that was not one.
Well, this will be coming out in 1993, starring Kevin Costner and Whitney Houston.
Yeah, exactly. I also read Rebound by Kwame Alexander. So Eric, Malik, and I are doing a YA for Adults book club next week on The Crossover.
You know how I complained that you skipped a bunch of volumes to get to that super heavy Batman comic?
Yes.
This is another one of your things where you like the prequel more than the thing.
Yeah, spoiler alert, but yes, I did. Yes, I did. So The Crossover is about a pair of twin brothers who are both basketball players.
Are they twins?
They are twins.
I did not
Yes, they
remember
are.
that.
Yes, they are twins.
Okay. It's not
and
your
so
fault.
one of them gets a girlfriend, and the other one feels a little bit left out. And the story progresses from there. Very good, written in a poetry style. I was a big fan of the book, and I'd never read it before. I know it's popular with our peeps who come in here.
Yeah.
So I read that and I liked it, and then I picked up The Rebound, which is those characters' father as a child, and I loved it. I thought it was great. I think, part of it is I respond a lot more, I think, to single characters going on a journey. Like, he's just kind of like doing his own thing alone, where the crossover is the two of them.
Yeah. Listeners, please pause this episode and unpack that.
Anyway, so I just thought The Rebound, this is where, so the character Charles is having trouble adjusting after the death of his father, and his mom sends him to stay with his grandparents. So it's kind of a classic story in that sense. But the way he sort of develops and grows while he's there, I don't know, something about it I thought was just really powerful. It's also written in a poetry style, intermixed with some comic book pages and tons of Marvel references. He says Superman once. Yeah. It was like it was a mistake.
Like he forgot that.
Like he was quoting George Bernard Shaw, not DC Comics.
Sure, yeah.
But a lot of Marvel reference. And actually, I picked up Solo, and the character in that, his name is Blade, named after Blade.
Yeah.
The vampire hunter.
Did we ever... we talked about going to the Pop Culture Museum.
Yeah.
But I don't think I mentioned on the podcast that they had Blade's costume there, which was pretty sweet.
But Blade is the character from Solo.
So he named him after Wesley Snipes' Blade.
He did.
Yeah.
So anyway, Rebound just kind of... It tells the story of this kid, getting to know his grandparents, adapting to the death of his father, and sort of coming into his own. And I just thought... It was a book I finished and just kind of set it back. It was like, wow. So they're both great. They really are. But Rebound spoke to me a little bit more.
All right. Cool.
So I think we'll talk about that probably a little bit at the book club as well.
Yeah.
Next week, is it next week? Next week, yeah, we're doing a whole feature on Kwame Alexander, so we'll really dig into it.
See you Tuesday, though, because we got Monday off.
That's right.
Woo!
Monday off for President's Day.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yes, it is.
I never know what holiday it is.
Well, happy President's Day, I guess.
Thank you.
So what am I currently reading, you may ask?
This was so funny. The Star Trek book you're about to say.
Okay. I'm reading the Star Trek book Zero Sum Game.
Yeah. So anyone who's listening only podcasts, we do stream this live. We're streaming it live right now on Twitch.
It's happening.
And then we put the video up on YouTube. So I have to get the book covers if you're not aware of this. And Nick just texted me Zero Sum Game. This was not the first book to appear. I had to scroll down at least 4 pages to find. I'm like, what is he talking about? David Mack, and there it is. And it's what I would have missed it too because it's not Star Trek anything I know. It's Typhon Pact.
Typhon Pact. Yep.
That was just funny to me. I guess.
Well, not funny to others.
All right, whatever. It's funny that I was like,
sharing.
There's just a lot of books called Zero Sum Game.
There was a big Star Trek trilogy called Destiny in the books, also by David Mack. Brought all the characters from the different series together and did a whole big battle against the Borg. And this is a follow-up series where they're kind of dealing with
the guy on the cover looks like
that's Julian Bashir from Deep Space Nine.
The guy on the cover looks like
Julian Bashir from Deep Space Nine.
Jam from Parks and Rec.
Oh, he does. Yes, he does.
Which is killing me.
Yes, he does. So I'm reading Zero Sum Game by David Mack. I've read some of his other Trek books, and I usually like them. And I had to cleanse my palate from Catwoman, so I'm reading Ed Brubaker, Darwin Cook.
Yeah, I need to read
Catwoman
those.
Series, Volume 1, Trail of the Catwoman.
Yeah.
So I'd read Selena's Big Score a couple years back. This I really like. It's it's got Darwin Cook's style as always kind of 50s and retro. Works very well with Catwoman.
Yeah.
So I'm enjoying this.
But it's funny because her outfit doesn't really. He redesigned her costume because for really until this she still had the big cat ears mask with even whiskers sometimes. And I think sometimes her costume had a tail too. So it wasn't until this, and it doesn't really. It's not really 50s. It is very modern. Just this black cat suit.
Yeah.
And her goggles that are also ears.
Yep.
So that's I like.
I've got so much in the hopper right now of like books that I
The
want
hopper.
to read. I got to get to Truly Madly Guilty because we're going to be
Alright.
doing that for a book club.
Yeah.
Barnes and Noble's latest book club pick is out. I've
Uh-huh.
got that. And then I don't know. I just feel like there's so many books right now that I just keep being like, and that, and that, and that, and that.
Yeah.
So I've got quite a list.
You're like a kid at the those like Toys R Us shopping.
Yeah.
Remember those
Boy,
things?
let's have a moment of silence for Toys R Us.
Sorry, buddy.
Hey, Jeffrey. Anyway, do you want me to talk about Cloverfield Paradox now?
Go ahead.
Okay, Cloverfield Paradox, everyone. So part of the Loose trilogy that started with Cloverfield in, 2008?
Yeah.
A long time ago.
Peaked in 2000 whatever with 10 Cloverfield Lane.
Yeah, 10 Cloverfield Lane, John Goodman, Mary Elizabeth Winstead. Very good.
Yeah.
This is I guess there's going to be more. They say there's going to be more. All these J.J. Abrams produced Cloverfield movies. This one is set in a space station where they're trying to solve the energy crisis.
You know what does that too?
What?
Doom. They're trying to solve the energy crisis
Interesting.
with hell energy.
And Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
No, not. Go on.
Was he not in Doom?
He was in the Doom movie.
Thank
yes.
you. All right, asked and answered. So this is
So is Rosamund Pike. Nobody gives Rosamund Pike crap
You're
about
right.
being in Doom.
You're right, but Jack Reacher, they don't like her in. And Die Another Day, she's made some choices. But Cloverfield Paradox,
Yeah.
set in a space station. They're trying to solve the energy crisis, and things go a little crazy and start there's dimensional shifts and just things start becoming out of control. I wish I could say that it's better than it was. I will say that it held my interest. I enjoyed it. I was intrigued, and it's just one of those ones by the end you're kind of like, well, that wasn't quite good enough.
Sorry.
It just didn't, it never quite stuck the landing. It didn't nail some of those intricacies. It did some work to kind of unite the Cloverfield movies, which I think they should have left alone.
Yeah.
Or really done it well. So this little kind of halvesies thing didn't really do it for
I'll
me.
be talking about a movie that could have been left alone too.
So anyway, I think it's worth a watch, but it's not great. And that's it for me.
That's
So
too bad.
take it away. What have you been reading?
I still have to
Venom,
watch
Carnage?
Cloverfield.
The first one?
Yeah.
You've
No,
never
I
seen
mean,
it?
I have to see Paradox, Cloverfield
Oh,
Paradox.
Cloverfield
Yeah, I saw
Paradox, okay.
Cloverfield in theaters. It was really weird because
I did too.
I think maybe it was because I was at the side of the theater in the back.
Okay.
And so I had a skew perspective. And then because when the movie was over and I just walked down the hallway, I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
And then we stepped outside and it was lightly snowing. And I almost just fell right off the sidewalk because of I don't know, just the camera work in it, I guess. So.
Yeah, Cloverfield, if you don't know, is famously all handheld, so it's jittery and shaky, and it works for the tone of movie that it is, but it can be disorienting.
I read Wonder by R.J. Palacio.
Oh yes, I've read the picture book version of this, but I haven't seen the movie or read the book.
Is that good?
Yeah, it is.
The book's
tell me about the book.
The book's good. Augie has a facial deformity.
Right.
He's going to public school for the first time. And it's just about a whole bunch of different characters learning about themselves. Augie's sister is dealing with the fact that Augie's had all the attention because he has this issue, and so she feels like she's been a good sister, but also a neglected daughter.
Okay.
And then Augie's friend, who didn't want to be his friend, but now is his friend, and it just kind of goes through a whole bunch of different characters, and it's not just about Augie. It's also just about how much school can stink and how friendships can change and everything.
Okay.
So it was good.
Did you was it actually did it work for you as a adult grown man and not a 12-year-old?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it did.
And this is for what, the 8th grade book club?
This is the 7th grade book
Seventh
club.
grade.
Refugee was the 8th grade one.
Right. Ooh, yeah.
So, yeah.
Picking real light books this year, aren't you?
Yeah. Let's see. Justice. I read Justice League, Volume 6 and 7. Volume 7,
I know
Justice
them.
Lost. This is the end of the rebirth of Justice League. Boy, not
Rebirth?
good. Rebirth.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought it was New 52 still.
No, I'm
all
not
right.
New
All right.
Anyway, not good. I don't know why people can't write good Justice League comics. It seems easy. There are never any villains in
Challenge
these books.
accepted.
You know what I mean?
I haven't read a lot of
It's always just these writers come in and they come up with these big concepts that they think are cool. Like, oh, what if man is actually a star system, and and the Justice League have to. It's dumb.
Yeah.
And there's never. I just want to read the Justice League fighting. I don't know,
punching a villain.
the Legion of Doom.
Yeah.
But they're never in here.
Doom with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson?
Oh
or-
my word!
Sorry,
Yeah,
okay,
the
sorry, I
Legion
didn't
of
know.
Doom
Sorry.
starring.
I didn't know.
So here's a movie I just saw. It
That's
didn't
it.
make-
That's it for your reading.
Yeah.
Okay.
This didn't make me Man of Steel angry. Like
Oh,
I didn't
boy.
have to stop the car and punch the wheel.
Boy, for those of you who didn't live through that, it was a hard time.
Yeah. But I saw Glass by M. Night Shyamalan.
M. Night Shyamalan of Lady in the Water fame.
And movie starts off fine
Okay.
for like the first 10 minutes
10
maybe or whatever.
10 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
And then it starts doing
Strong
what
start.
its main concept is.
Okay.
And I'm like, well, no, and wrong, and all this stuff. And I'm going like, well, okay, maybe this is what they want to do. And I started to hate it.
Yeah.
And I started to feel like maybe the movie hated me.
Huh.
It actually did feel like M. Night and Glass hated me for being a fan of Unbreakable. And not just me, but like other fans
Yes.
of Unbreakable. It just felt like, hey, did you love Unbreakable and its cool concept of superheroes in the world? Too bad. And there's too much in this movie to talk that I don't like, that I would ruin.
Well, don't ruin it, because
I'm not going to ruin
want
it.
to see it.
I'm just saying it never turns itself around for me.
M. Night.
And at
right?
the
Ooh.
end, I didn't like it.
Just
And
think if M. Night would have just stopped at Signs.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know?
I know. Here's the problem with Glass.
Okay.
In another way,
Yes.
it's like the Matrix sequels in that Glass has now made. It has now lessened my desire to rewatch Unbreakable. It's now like Unbreakable is now a lesser movie because of Glass.
Wow.
The same way that it's hard to watch The Matrix, because some movies like Indiana Jones, Crystal Skull gets a lot of crap.
Yeah.
But in no way does it make the other movies hard to watch.
No, it's got some fun stuff in it too.
Because it doesn't answer any questions that we had.
Right.
Whereas like the Matrix sequels and now Glass, it tries to like change
Oh.
things about the lore,
Yeah, that's a mistake.
and it affects everything.
Let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
Did
If I could go back in time, I
Yeah.
would never see Glass,
huh?
so
Wow.
that I could keep liking Unbreakable.
There's a lot of things that I would do if I could go back in time.
Yeah.
But I don't think that
Would you ever go back in time? Was there ever a time you'd go back in time and punch yourself in the face?
punch myself?
I
in
think
the
there's a
face?
few times I'd go back and punch me.
Could I punch you? Or do
No,
I have
no,
to punch me?
You're punching yourself.
Okay.
You don't have to tell us why you would punch yourself.
What if I punch myself in the face and then I'm like, Eric made me do that, so that young me goes and punches you in
Yeah,
the face? That's
yeah.
indirect.
Yeah.
But is that okay?
Yeah.
That is all right.
All
Okay.
right.
My question was, did Unbreakable ever get adapted into any other like
Oh, I don't think so.
like is there a comic book or anything like
I
that?
don't know.
Seems like there should be.
Unbreakable is definitely a movie that didn't need a sequel. But
Agreed.
got sequels anyway.
Well, I think Split sort of being a parallel sequel is not really.
No, Split
that
didn't
works.
really cause any problems, but like, I don't know. I can't. Bruce Willis sleepwalk his way through this. It's disappointing. So
Kevin Smith would agree with you.
yeah.
All right. Well, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I actually asked my wife. I'm like, hey, do you care if we still own Unbreakable on DVD? She's like, yeah, I want to keep it. I'm like, fine.
Wow.
Yeah.
Give it some time.
Yeah, maybe.
You might come around.
I was into bed. Also, for a long time, I guess this is a comment on parenting. I don't care. Bring your kids to whatever movie you want. You're an adult,
Yes,
they're
I
kids.
know.
But we were sitting in there, and for a good 5 minutes until the movie started, I was like, are we in A Dog's Way Home? Because like the amount of kids that were coming in there. And then when I left, one of the kids was leaving in his mom's van, and he rolls down the window and starts rapping at me. And I'm just like, this happened when I saw a Split, that I got like heckled by some teenagers. I'm like,
funny.
I guess this is just what happens now when I go to M. Night movies.
Yeah.
Kids are gonna harass
I
me.
guess. Yeah.
It sounds stupid.
I think so.
I'm 32 years old. This kid was probably 12, but it worked.
Yeah.
He annoyed me.
Good for him.
So, and then I looked in the car, and the mom was like laughing as she drove away.
Well,
I'm
maybe you just misunderstood it.
like, I don't think so. I was like, can I just see a movie and be?
All right. Well, I'm sorry you didn't like it.
Yeah.
All right.
all right.
Let's find out what's going on in the New York Times bestseller list.
And the other thing about Man of Steel
Hit me.
is
Yeah.
New York Times bestsellers list. Well, fun fact, I'm so sick of the adult New York Times bestsellers list right now because it's always the same stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So let's check out the young adults.
Ooh.
Oh, wow. That really perked you up.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Nick was very depressed. I talked to Nick today. I'm like, hey, do you want to do another day? He's like, what's the point? What's the point of getting out of bed in the morning? And I said, well, Nick,
I don't remember.
let's do the young adult.
Yeah,
New York Times
actually, I do
bestsellers
remember.
list.
Yeah, and that was really,
That's
that was
when
like
you remember, yeah.
that was like a cup of hot coffee.
Yeah.
A mug.
Okay.
Usually it's a mug.
Coffee.
Yeah.
Oh, I got new shoes
You did get new
that
shoes.
day.
Good
so that
for
was,
you.
That was nice.
Yeah,
I got
so
two pairs of new shoes.
when was this? Was this yesterday?
Yeah.
I watched Cloverfield Paradox.
I went to the shoe department.
I didn't do much
There
better.
was no Payless, so I went to the shoe department.
Shoe department's a little more solid than Payless.
Yeah. I got work shoes, which you've seen today.
I have.
I got some sneakers.
They're excellent. Yeah.
For when I'm outside. They got
Good for you.
They got some red on them.
Yeah.
And my wife was like, "Did you get these because of the red trim?" And I was like, "Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
The red's cool."
Yeah, I hear you. Red trim on that sweater, big guy.
Yeah. This is so 80s, isn't it?
80s?
Yeah. It feels 80s.
No, I mean it's you got kind of a Wesley Crusher vibe, so I guess that's 80s, right?
That's very 80s. Yeah. Oh, it is a Wesley Crusher sweater.
I'm sorry. It's a good sweater. Don't get rid of that
well,
sweater
yeah.
because I said Wesley
Shut
Crusher.
up, Wesley. All right. So New York Times bestsellers list for the young adult hardcover.
Take it away.
Number 10 on the list. It's been here for 7 weeks. I'm pretty sure it came back because it won some awards. The Poet X by Elizabeth Acavado.
It sure did win some awards. It won the Prince Award at least, but it won a few other things.
Yeah. Prince Award. A few other. You're right. A few other awards that I cannot
I don't remember
remember.
either.
A coming of age story told in verse. The Poet X, which we have. Actually, I finally ordered the audiobook because.
Oh, nice.
I was like, I should get.
Yeah.
So.
Kwame Alexander reads some of his audiobooks alone, but we can talk about that next week.
That's cool. Number 9 this week is Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adamami. Did you see that Onion article about like man already too far in sentence to not pronounce a word he can't pronounce?
Oh yeah,
And
I didn't, but
I saw that. I was like, yep,
Yeah.
that's life. Zili fights to restore magic in the land of Orisha.
okay.
So this has been here for a lot. The sequel's coming out this year. I can't remember the name of the sequel. But the second
Oh.
book's coming out this year, and I remember hearing this was optioned for a movie already. But I might
Really?
be, yeah. Number 9, another book I also just ordered the audiobook for, Dear Evan Hansen, the novel by Val Emmerich with Steve Levinson. When one of Evan's letters to himself accidentally found on a suicidal victim, the victim's family assumes that he was a close friend.
Huh.
So-
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, the musical's coming around. It's on tour, but we're getting it in like May.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be in Shays.
So that's cool. We should
Yeah.
probably go. I'll go. I should probably go. See
Okay.
what all the hullabaloo is about.
All right, you tell me.
Every time I hear Dear Evan Hansen, I just think of the part in Hamilton where they're like, Dear Mr. Hamilton, your fellow Federals.
You're always thinking of Hamilton, so that makes sense. Yes.
Number 7, A Curse So Dark and Lonely. Yeah, I was cursed
Yeah.
to do a podcast
Yeah.
for 200 episodes with Nick.
We're not there yet.
No, I know.
So maybe you won't make it.
I
I'm interviewing replacements.
no. Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Hey, that was mean. I'm sorry. It wasn't a curse.
Yeah.
This is a blessing.
I'm
it's
sorry.
my curse, my gift.
Yeah. I accept your apology mostly because we have to move this along because I have an interview with your replacement coming up. But I do accept
All
that
right.
apology. All right. Is that it? Did you do it?
You
I'm
SOB.
sorry. No,
Everybody,
go ahead.
that's how Nick pays attention.
I
Number
just don't remember.
7.
Number 7. Wow.
A Curse So
long
Dark
road.
and Lonely.
Okay.
Yeah. Try this all the time, everybody. By Bridget Gamer. Harper is whisked away to the world of Emberfall, where she meets the cursed Prince Ren, who will turn into a monster unless he finds true love.
Yeah.
So I guess this is like a Beauty and the Beast prequel.
And
kind of
that
thing?
was number 1, huh? All right. Next.
So this is fun.
Hey, they want to see your sneakers on the stream. You can toss them up there.
Well,
Let's see
these
it.
are work shoes.
All right, just show the work shoes. Get them up there.
Wow,
Look at
boy.
that.
That does not bend well.
Don't they look great? Anyway.
Those
All
are
right,
Star
number
Wars,
6.
Star
Number
Wars
6.
dress socks.
What do we got?
All right, One of Us is Lying. Is at number 6 by
Popular.
Karen M.
Sequel coming out, right?
For 5 students, a detour into detention ends in murder. Number 5, 2 Can Keep a Secret.
There it is.
By Karen M. McManus. I actually, speaking of more audiobooks, I just ordered both of these in audio form. Ellery Corcoran investigates the mysteries of Echo Ridge. Okay, you can calm down.
Sorry, you're right.
You can calm down.
You're right, I can.
Number 4, 5 Feet Apart by Rachel Lippincott and Mike Dowdy and Tobis Iconis. Stella and Will are in love, but they can't get within 5 feet of each other. I can't remember what they're sick with. Love, obviously. I ordered us the movie cover with
That's cool.
Cole Sprouse. You're a big fan
Nice.
of Cole Sprouse.
Sure.
You've been a big fan ever since. What's his thing? The
Sweet Life of Zach and Cody? Yeah.
no.
You know it.
My wife's. I think she was
Borat, ladies and gentlemen.
I think she had stopped watching the Disney Channel by that time,
Uh-huh.
but she knew who he was, and like it blew her mind. Remember, we were watching the pilot of Archie,
Yeah.
and like 40 minutes in, we're like, that's Cole Sprouse from Sweet Life, and she's like, what?
Yeah.
So this is weird. Number 3, The Fork, the Witch, and the Worm by Christopher Paolini.
Yes, I've seen this. He
Three
wrote the
stories,
Aragon books.
Yeah, 3 stories set in the magical world of Alangansaya, which is, I guess, an Aragorn story. Look, I'm not going to apologize for mispronouncing
I don't think you should.
this hack's
I don't think you should.
world. So, to be fair, lots of people like the Aragorn books. My brother was a big fan.
Do they? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That movie,
Yeah, bad.
the worst Jeremy Irons I've ever seen, and I have seen Batman v Superman. It was terrible.
Neither one of us have seen the Dungeons and Dragons movie with Jeremy Irons.
You're right.
We should do that.
You're right.
Why would he do another movie with a dragon?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
The Hate You Give is at number 2. 16-year-old girl sees a police officer kill her friend by Angie Thomas. And our movie is here now, too. So the movie's out.
Sequel to Hate You Give is out, too.
Is it out now?
It is. I saw it.
I ordered it.
I saw
Cool.
its physical copy.
On the come up.
Yeah.
Is the sequel, yes. So I'm sure that will be on the
Is
list.
it, it's a sequel.
I don't
not
know
just
if it's a sequel.
Okay, I wasn't
I don't
sure if
think
it
it
was.
is.
I don't think so.
Number 1, King of Scars by Leah Badargo. King Nikolai struggles to maintain order in the kingdom of Rafka as a demon inside of him threatens to take control. So I guess it's just like if the Hulk was king.
I guess so.
That's
so.
it.
And that was number 1.
No, that was number 5.
Oh.
I'm kidding. That was number 1.
No, I thought so.
If Hulk were king.
Yep. All right. I wanted to tell you a few things here. First, the Grammys were this weekend, and here's a couple that I think you'll enjoy. Best compilation soundtrack for visual media, The Greatest Showman. Best score soundtrack for visual media, Black Panther.
Ooh.
And your favorite president, Mr. Jimmy Carter,
What?
won a Grammy for his audiobook, Faith, A Journey for All.
Jimmy Carter's your favorite president.
Is he?
I guess.
I don't know.
Well, he's not my favorite
I
president.
guess he's my favorite president to talk about. And here are the big ones. Album of the Year went to Golden Hour by Casey Musgraves. Record of the
job.
Year, This Is America by Childish Gambino. Song of the Year, This Is America by Childish Gambino.
Uh-huh.
Anything else you want?
Yeah, I don't know what record or song is.
Yeah, we've done this in the
Yeah.
past. Best Pop Vocal Album, Sweetener by Ariana Grande. Best Country Album, Golden Hour by Casey Musgraves.
I was listening to the best instrumental.
Wow. Best Rap Song Performance, This Is America. That's a lot of... That's a Grammy hat trick you got right there.
I was listening.
You can see the full list of Grammys on the Grammy website.
I was listening to the instrumental winner.
Oh,
That
Black
was fine.
Panther?
No, the
Oh.
best like instrumental independent.
Oh,
album or
oh,
whatever.
oh, okay.
It was fine.
Nice. All right, well, let's do it. Let's get into the segment. So we told you at the top here we're going to be talking about books being made into movies in 2019. We're going to be pulling a lot from a list originally published on popsugar.com, so you can check the thing out there.
Remember to get your pop protein.
Yeah.
Pop
It
sugar
can't all
should be
just
a
be
minimum.
sugar. It's the
the
top of the
top of the
pyramid, very
pyramid.
small. Even that's dated. I think the food pyramid's gone now.
Yeah, I think it's
You know where it is, though?
in your heart.
In my food
yeah,
heart.
Yeah, and a lot of cereal boxes still.
Yeah.
just right on the cover.
That's true. They're not going to reprint
Yeah.
those just because the FDA decided otherwise. Oh boy! All right, so let's
What's wrong?
let's get into this. I'm just looking at this first one, A Dog's Way Home by W. Bruce Cameron.
All right. Yeah. So this is already
this
out.
is out. This is out, and I can't. That book
Dog's Way Home
was a terrible book.
Oh.
It was a terrible book. It was not fun. It was not heartwarming. The human characters were awful. I'm just going to tell you that at one point, the dog is tied to a dead hobo.
Mm-hmm.
Can I just? Okay.
That's how a dog gets home.
Anyway, it's out right now with Bryce Dallas Howard and Ashley Judd.
Wow. Someone's
So
a
check that
little
out.
cranker.
Go ahead.
All right.
What do we
Number
got?
19. A lot of these I haven't heard of. Some of them I have. I don't know what I'm talking about. The Rhythm Section by Mark Burnell. This tagline says, "If you meet her again, she'll be the last thing you see."
Whoa. pretty good.
Yeah, I haven't heard of this, but it's coming out February 22nd. After a plane crash kills her family, a woman goes on a revenge mission against the people responsible for the tragedy, starring Blake Lively, Jude Law, Sterling K. Brown.
Yeah, it's a pretty good cast.
Yeah.
The Knife of Never Letting Go by Patrick Ness. Did you read a Patrick Ness? Why does that sound familiar to me?
Yeah, I
Let me tell-
read The Rest of Us Just Live Here.
Yeah.
was
Okay.
a while ago.
And? Thumbs up, thumbs down?
No, I didn't like it.
Didn't like it. Okay.
But The Knife of Letting Go. Actually, I only just recently got us this for the collection. This was on Rolling Stone's like top 40 YA books. Officially called Chaos Walking. So the book is going to be called Chaos Walking. The movie is about a world with no women where men can hear all of each other's thoughts. Yikes.
Okay.
Tom Holland, Daisy Ridley, Nick Jonas, and David Oyelowo. Wait, how is Daisy Ridley in this if there's no women?
I don't get it.
Because Daisy Ridley.
Oh, okay. All right.
She's
No women. Right.
yeah,
David Oyelowo was in Cloverfield Paradox. He was one of the bright spots.
Oh my God.
Anyway,
March 1st.
yeah, Where'd You Go, Bernadette by Maria Semple.
Where'd you go?
So this is one we did for the book club last year. I'm not a really big fan of this book. It has many a fan. And there was a lot that I liked about the writing itself, but I thought the story was kind of flimsy.
Oh,
It's one that's told in all correspondence. So I'm not really sure how they're going to adapt that at all. Like if they're going to use that storytelling device in the movie.
Well, so was World War Z.
That's true.
Oh,
I would assume they're not going to do that. But
and Carrie.
It kind of like it didn't fully work in the book, and there were many times where they had to sort of like stretch it a little bit. No, they never did stop, but they should have.
Right.
You know what I mean? It was like, let me just briefly tell you everything you need to know in this letter, and it was
it was like how searching was like, we're only going to do stuff that you can do on a computer, and it's like with video cameras and multiple video cameras.
Right, exactly.
For editing purposes.
Yes.
So
Anyway,
when her mysterious mother goes missing, 15-year-old B goes on a journey to find her and discover the secrets of Bernadette's past, starring Kate Blanchett, Emma Nelson, Kristen Wiig, and Judy Greer.
So that one's coming out in March. I could see that making a good movie. And I didn't hate the book. I just was underwhelmed by it.
Do you think the movie will whelm you?
Maybe.
Okay. 3 Seconds with by Rosalind and Hellstrom.
Oh boy, this is going to be dark.
Is it?
I can just yes.
This is a winner of the best Swedish crime novel of the year. Oh, so this
I don't think you can say Swedish crime novel without also the word dark.
Yeah.
I think that's just
an
it's actually redundant.
An ex-con goes undercover in prison to infiltrate the mob, starring Joel Kinnaman, Rosamund Pike.
There she is.
Yep, and Clive Owen. March 22nd.
Yes.
March and February have the same days on the same times.
Oh, that's fun.
I guess. This is confusing, but they've changed the title of the movie.
Yeah, to Greyhound, right?
Yeah.
This is the Good Shepherd by C.S. Forrester.
Yeah, but it's going to be called, as Nick said, Greyhound. It's a World War II story about a commanding naval officer starring Tom Hanks and Elizabeth Shue.
Can I talk right to Tom Hanks for a minute?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I do that?
Yeah.
Tom, hi, Nick here. I understand that you're in a point in your career where you can just do whatever you want, but I think we're tired of the historical movies. The slow burn historical movies. I think we're a little. Eric, do you want to chime in? I got Tom Hanks here on the line.
Nick, this is Tom Hanks. I hear you.
That's a JFK. You're doing a JFK.
I hear what you're saying.
You're doing a JFK.
But I have to be powered by my own
Very
steam.
Confusing. Is he playing JFK in
No,
the
I
movie?
don't know.
Because that would be on point.
He's too old now.
Well, anyway, so Tom, just take it under consideration. I know you're doing Toy Story 4, and that's great.
No, he's also doing the Mr. Rogers movie.
Okay, that's better. I mean, it's still historical, but that's a little bit closer. I would like to see something in the realm of a You've Got Mail. I'd take a Joe versus a volcano, but I don't want any more of the historical epics.
You want him to do a new romantic comedy?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I do.
Robert De Niro just did one with The Intern.
Why not? Bobby De Niro can do it. Tom Hanks can do it.
Yeah. All right. Who do you want him to? I didn't. Well, didn't he like not do that one with Julia Roberts? What is it?
Larry Crown.
Yeah. And that didn't do well.
The thing with Larry Crown, this is where Tom Hanks rides a scooter and takes night classes with Julia Roberts. I think it's the movie's fine. It's a lovely little movie, but I think when you have Tom Hanks and Julia Roberts together, like for the first time, they've been in other little things together, but to really be like Tom Hanks, Julia Roberts, you just want it to be so much more than Larry Crown was.
Right.
But it's a perfectly fine movie.
All right.
So anyway, I'm sure Greyhound will be great, but I would like to laugh again.
Okay.
Tom.
All right.
All right.
What's next? The Visible Filth. So usually I find a bit of bleach. You just spray your tub with it a little bit, let it sit, scrub it down, rinse it.
Sometimes you need the grit, though, of like a Comet or another somewhat abrasive cleaner.
But then you might also need to up your shower game.
Yeah, you might.
So, The Visible Filth by Nathan Ballingrud.
Yep.
Tentatively titled Transgression.
Yep.
This film follows a New Orleans bartender who begins to experience bizarre things after picking up a phone left at his bar, starring Armie Hammer, Dakota Johnson, and Zazie Beetz.
Mm-hmm. If you use a little Armie Hammer in the tub, I think that really gets it.
Yeah. March 29th. This is definitely. I mean, look at that. That's all young kids.
Yeah.
Dakota Johnson, Zazie Beetz,
yeah.
Armie Hammer.
Armie Hammer.
He
young.
I don't know.
Not as young as Call Me By Your Name would like us to think he
that's
is.
True.
I think he's older than me.
Oh, okay.
I think he's pushing 40.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So, man, how bad is it if I'm thinking Dakota Johnson's like a young kid? How old does that make me feel?
Mid-30s.
How old is Dakota Johnson? You know what? It doesn't
late
matter.
Late 20s, probably.
Well, fine. Whatever. Right. 32 is the new 20. 9.
In next news, a movie that I will never ever see.
You don't know.
I do know.
What if we book club it?
I'll never see it. Pet Sematary by Stephen King. Very disturbing book.
Yeah.
Hats off to you, Stephen King, for writing a very disturbing book.
Yeah. So this is Lewis Creed moves his family of 4 to a rural town with a secret in the forest, which is the pet cemetery.
I was going to say, I don't think it's a spoiler to say that secret is, in fact,
a pet cemetery.
A pet cemetery.
I'm going to share some. This has been spoiled by the trailers.
Okay.
In the book,
Yes.
it is his 4-year-old son who is killed and then put in the pet cemetery and everything. In the movie, they've changed it to the 8-year-old daughter.
Huh.
So that,
Interesting.
So
I guess they were like, well, an 8-year-old, that's not so bad.
Well, they didn't want it to be comedic because a 4-year-old, I don't know. It's like
true.
Chucky,
Right.
basically.
Right.
So they changed that. But I tell you what, the cat they get for this movie, I guess they didn't get a cat. They probably CGI'd all these cats. But it is the grumpiest, meanest looking cat in the world. And still,
you should adopt it.
I want it to love me. So I'm like, why are you so grumpy? John Lithgow's in this as the neighbor. So Jason Clarke is playing the main character.
Jason Clarke, as in, why is Jason Clarke still getting work?
Yeah, Jason Clarke's a very bland actor, but
He
maybe this is the type of role he'll be
ruined that
good
Planet
at.
of the Apes movie, and was a terrible John Connor in Terminator Genesis.
No, I thought he was okay in Planet of the Apes.
Terrible. In Planet of the, well, I guess I just didn't like that whole movie, and I thought with him as a centerpiece, he just don't really have much.
No, I liked him in that one, but you're right. John Connor was nothing.
The worst John Connor I've
but
ever
so
seen
was
in my life.
that movie.
Listen, I don't want to talk about this one. After by Anna Todd.
Why don't you want to talk about this one?
Because it's just kind of I shouldn't make judgments. A girl falls hard with a guy who is harboring a dark secret.
Selma Blair,
These
she's coming back.
Yes, these are the novels that are based on sexy Harry Styles fanfic.
Harry Styles?
Yes.
Oh, Harry Styles.
Yeah, from One Direction. Somebody was writing sexy fanfic about Harry Styles, and then it became books that are real popular. Now it's a movie, but it seems like it's just sort of 50 Shades of Grey, but with the Harry Styles stand-in.
Selma Blair, Jennifer Beals, Josephine Langford, and Dylan Arnold.
So I shall be taking
April 12th.
a hard pass.
Yeah, I haven't seen Selma Blair in anything in a long time.
It's been a while, but she doesn't need you pointing that out.
Hellboy 2 was the last time I might have seen her in something.
Interesting. She was on that show with Charlie Sheen.
Oh, okay.
Anger Management.
Oh.
But she couldn't get along with Charlie Sheen, or he couldn't get along with her, so she left.
My guess is...
You think Charlie Sheen was the problem?
Yes,
Well,
if I had to bet.
Yeah, I guess.
If I was I think if you... Yeah.
Okay.
So,
why not?
All right, number whatever. We're not really numbered.
We're not.
The Aftermath by Ryden Brooke. After World War II, a colonel and his wife are assigned to live in a house in Hamburg, but the home's previous occupants caused tensions in their marriage. Alexander Skarsgård, Keira Knightley, and Jason Clarke.
Come on.
Sorry. I know what this... I saw a trailer for this. Yeah. No, wait. I'm thinking of a different one. Never mind. I don't know what this is. I haven't seen anything about this. So. Sorry, Jason Clarke is in this. Are you going to go see it?
No, probably not.
Bye.
The Sun is also a star by Nicola Yoon.
He was good in Everest.
I haven't seen it.
All right,
but I don't believe you.
What?
This is a YA book, right?
The Sun is also a star?
Yeah. Yes.
You said everything is a star.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I think... Roll the tape back, please, Roger.
Yeah.
Roger, our senior intern.
Roger, can you please roll the tape back?
Roger, please stop flipping us off. All right,
Okay.
He can't roll back
All right.
the tape.
He poured my coffee on my laptop.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It was your coffee.
Yeah.
No, yeah, he's not going to waste his coffee.
Yeah, I know.
So, and it's funny because you told him to go get that coffee.
I know I did.
I think he just...
I wouldn't have drank it anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know what he did to it.
Yeah, but I think it feels like he went out and got you that coffee specifically to spill
I think
it.
he was looking for an excuse. Yes,
Yeah.
I absolutely do.
The
The Sun is also a star.
Just as her family is facing deportation, a young woman falls in love.
Bad timing.
Yeah.
Bad
May
timing all
17th. What was it? Everything came out 2 years ago? 3 years ago?
Sounds right. I believe you.
So that I
You
think
look trustworthy. I believe you.
Really? Because of the Wesley Crusher.
Because of the Wesley
sweatshirt.
Crusher
Why would
with the
Wesley
red stripe.
Crushers
Yeah.
lie?
Save the Enterprise.
Yeah. Does he?
Artemis Fowl.
Yeah, I saw a trailer for this. I have no idea what this is going to be because he's a
neither.
child.
Yeah.
Artemis is a masterful thief who will do anything to find his father, including kidnapping the fairy leprechaun officer Harley Short, starring Fidelia Shaw, Judi Dench, Josh Gad, and more.
I don't think
August 9th.
this is going to be. I think this is going to fall into the same hole that Adventureland and Wrinkle in Time fell into.
Adventureland?
Tomorrowland.
Tomorrowland. Okay, yeah. It's. I mean,
just
this is
don't
Kenneth
think-
Branagh.
Yeah.
He's pretty solid.
I think this is going to be. We're going to have another like Percy Jackson on our hands here.
These are popular kids books. Yeah, you might be right. I don't know. It's by Walt Disney.
I know. That's
I
why I
know.
listed those other two Disney
Yeah.
movies that were supposed to appeal to this audience and couldn't
That
make
new
it.
one also bombed the kid who would be king.
Oh, yeah. Boy,
So.
that looked brutal.
I thought it looked, I don't know. I thought it had a cool 80s tone
Yeah, I
about it.
suppose.
But we're not the audience for that
We're
anyway.
The second chapter of It
yeah.
is coming out. Another one I'm not going to see.
In the second chapter of it, the now adult Losers Club find themselves drawn back to the creepy hometown to face their fears once and for all. Jessica Chastain, James McAvoy, Bill Hader, Jay Ryan, James Ranson, Isaiah Mustafa, and Bill Skarsgård, who is the clown.
Yeah. Spooky.
Yeah.
Who's also in Castle Rock.
It.
So here's another weird one.
Okay.
The Woman in the Window by A.J. Finn.
Right.
Okay. As you recall, I loved this book, but there's been a lot of strange news coming out about this author.
Oh.
About his real name is Dan Mallory, and he, I guess, sort of presented the facts of his life don't add up as he's told them.
Okay.
So, brain tumors and things that he's said he has, apparently doesn't have. There's a lot of it's a confusing story in development. So,
okay,
look it up if you're interested. But I've been kind of puzzled by what's coming out of that. I love that book though. It was very good, very strong book.
An agoraphobic New Yorker. Oh, don't live in New York then.
Yeah.
Spends her time watching Neighbors until she sees more than she expected, which is a murder.
I'm very disappointed that this is starring Amy Adams.
Amy Adams stars as Anna Fox.
That to me is that's so uninteresting.
The cast also includes Julianne Moore, Gary Oldman, and Wyatt Russell. October 4th.
Okay.
That's the same time of the girl on the train and stuff.
Yeah.
Same I don't know.
Yeah. The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt.
Did you read this?
I haven't. We haven't. I keep meaning to read it. It's so long.
No.
The book weighs a metric ton.
Ooh.
So no, I haven't read it. I've only heard good things. I would like to read it. Plan to read it.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't read it yet.
After his mother is killed during a bombing, a young boy is given a home by a wealthy Upper States East Side family, starring Ansel Elgort.
Call me a thief. There's been a robbery. Ansel Elgort of Baby Driver fame.
Yeah.
Sarah Paulson, Nicole Kidman, Luke Wilson, and more.
Sarah Paulson from Ocean's 8.
In a movie.
Also, the worst character in Glass. I hated her.
I'm not a fan of I usually don't enjoy her work.
Oh, I only recognize her from Ocean 8.
Little Women.
Yeah, Luke Wilson. Oh wait, you did Owen Wilson's impression for Luke Wilson.
No, that was kind of a Luke Wilson. That was still you got to be a little well, I'm thinking about it. It's got to be a little lower.
Oh.
You got to be a little like Owen Wilson, a dash of Kermit the Frog, and then just slow it down. Just slow it down a little.
Who's that?
I'm just telling you that's how you do it.
All right.
Little Women by Louisa May Alcott.
Yeah, which is funny because we just got a Little Women adaptation.
We did, and Leah Thompson played Marmee.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
So the March sisters face love, loss, and adulthood in Greta Gerwig's take. Oh, it's Greta Gerwig.
Greta Gerwig.
So that, Emma Watson, Saoirse Ronan, Florence Pugh, Meryl Streep. Okay.
Pew.
Laura Dern and Timothy
Chalamet.
Oh, is Timothy playing
you
Christian
know what?
Bale's character?
Probably.
Boring.
Fun fact. I put Little Women on the book club for us to read in December as a Christmas book, and I didn't even realize that was coming out then.
It comes out December 25th. This is a Christmas movie.
My mic is attached on here, otherwise I would drop it.
I like the Winona Ryder version.
Oh, yeah.
a
That's
good
good
one.
stuff. I'd watch that right now. Do you want to pause and watch this?
Yeah.
The BBC version, the BBC miniseries that
The new
came
one?
out recently was pretty fun.
Oh, okay.
And featured Angela Lansbury as Aunt March.
Oof.
Good times.
Yeah.
Yep.
Who's
She sang a
credited?
song about balloons.
So I imagine that her role is credited Angela Lansbury and then Angela Lansbury's puppeteer.
Wow. That's harsh. Eric, one of your favorite books being adapted into a movie.
Again, I guess. The Call of the Wild by Jack London. Here's why you'd be excited. Starring Harrison Ford.
I love Harrison Ford.
Also Karen Gillan and Dan Stevens. So this is Call of the Wild. The live-action CGI animated hybrid film will tell the classic tale of a sled dog's quest of survival. I imagine this does not end like the book.
I don't want that. I haven't read the book. Don't tell me. You remember maybe 2 years ago when we were we're going to switch books and read them.
Yeah.
You were supposed to read Domestic Violets.
Yeah.
And I was supposed to read Call of the Wild. And it didn't happen.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody remembers, so we don't need to do it.
So I guess if this is like a kid's film, I'm not excited.
I'm not excited either. I'm also not excited to be once again talking about The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna.
Though this has a 2019 to be announced.
Hard year.
Two sisters are living in France at the beginning of World War II, have their lives forever changed in dramatically different ways.
Would you like to hear a hot take?
Mm.
The Nightingale?
Mm.
Overrated.
Oh, snap.
That's all I'm going to say.
Snap. Oh, snap.
That's all I'm going to say. Overrated.
Sorry, man. Rosie Project. A genetics professor with Asperger's syndrome goes on a journey to help a young woman named Rosie find her biological father. Ryan Reynolds is rumored to be attached.
That's
also
kind of fun.
TBA.
All right.
I don't know why this list is put TBA, but
Yeah.
we're doing the whole list.
We are.
And here's the last one.
The last one, Turtles All the Way Dumb by John Green.
He meant Turtles All the Way Down.
I very much did not.
Turtles All the Way Down by John Green. A 16-year-old
This-
girl with OCD decides to investigate the disappearance of a billionaire construction magnate. Look, I don't know. With her best friend, and turn grows close to the businessman's son. I can't read.
This book
I can't
doesn't
read.
have a plot.
No one has been tapped to star in this.
It's terrible.
Okay,
I don't like it.
to be determined.
I don't like it.
Look, I want to try to read what this is about again.
Okay.
No, I won't. I can't.
Oh, okay. I was
So,
all in.
yeah.
All right, so that's most of these came from popsugar.com, so we'll post the original article on there.
Pop sugar.
Thanks to our friends at Pop Sugar.
Pop sugar.
I do usually appreciate their lists. They're well-rounded.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things. Are any of these that really stand out to you? Which
No,
one that you
not a
definitely?
one.
Oh, okay.
I was kind of shocked. Pet Cemetery is the only one I have an odd curiosity to, but I'm probably not. Gonna
I
watch it.
guess if any of them would be the rhythm section.
Oh,
That sounded fun to me.
yeah. What about Tom Hanks?
I don't know. I mean,
If you don't see his movies that he wants to do, he's not going to do movies you want him to do.
it's just what are we talking about? What are we talking about here? We've got Bridge of
Spies.
Sighs, more like it. We've got The Post, and then
Yeah.
there's another one, right?
Do you count Captain Phillips?
No.
Do you
sort
count
of.
Sully?
Oh god. Yeah. See, that's kind of a drought there.
Yeah.
I liked The Post. I just
Uh-huh. Do you
I don't know.
count? Didn't he just do something?
that's what I'm saying. I don't know. I feel like I don't remember the last
That's
time
right.
I really loved a Tom Hanks movie.
I don't
It's
know.
been
man.
a while. When was The Man with One Red Shoe? It was a long time ago, right?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's it for those right now. Let's talk some library news.
What was the movie you and I were just talking about?
With Tom Hanks?
The Thing You Do.
Yeah,
I was
That
telling
Thing You
Nick
Do.
that as a kid, I didn't want to see The Thing You Do because it looked like there wasn't a lot of Tom Hanks in it. So I was like a 10-year-old
quit.
being like, "What's that?"
I quit.
Oh,
I quit, Mr. White. That Thing
yeah,
You Do.
Yeah.
Great movie. Love it.
I was just a 9-year-old who's like, "There's not enough Tom Hanks in this movie for this guy."
I'm loving it lots and lots. Love that
So,
movie.
I
All
like League of Their Own.
Yeah, we're showing that next month.
Yeah,
We're showing that here in the
a
library. It's a
funny
good
Tom
movie.
Hanks
I just
performance.
watched that recently.
Yeah,
Just watched that
he's
recently.
pretty good in that.
He's very good in it. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
I
you
wanna
want
see-
him to do.
I
You
wanna-
want to do a League of Their Own
I know.
too.
I just
a
want him to
legacy
see.
sequel.
I want him to see fun Tom Hanks again.
Look,
I don't want him
everybody's
landing a
still
plane.
around.
For a League of Their Own?
Oh, you know what the problem is though?
Tell me.
Tom Hanks' characters passed away at the end of that movie,
Yeah.
so you don't get Tom Hanks. But all the ladies are still there.
You know what's
I bet
so
Madonna
creepy?
and Rosie O'Donnell would be game.
Here's what's so creepy.
What?
So you see the ladies in like when they're playing ball, and then you see them as like senior citizens, and it's different actresses, but they dub only Gina Davis's voice over the older version of her character. All the other ones just have their regular voices, but Gina Davis has the Gina Davis voice, and it's disorienting. But we're not showing a League of Their Own.
Did you ever watch the
next month?
Gina Davis show?
No, I
It
didn't.
was a sitcom.
I watched Commander in Chief, where she played the president.
Oh,
It was kind of fun.
the sitcom wasn't
Not
that great.
Yeah. She was pretty good on Grey's Anatomy.
Did you see?
Pretty good on Grey's Anatomy.
Sam Jackson said, "What's the kiss? A Long Kiss Goodnight is one of his favorite roles ever. Maybe his favorite role ever.
Really?
With Gina Davis.
Never
He
seen it.
said he loved working with Gina Davis.
Wow.
It was a lot of fun.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
It was on Jimmy Fallon.
Okay.
He listed his favorite roles.
Book clubs are currently reading
I can't imagine how fun she is to work with.
The Husband's Secret by Leanne Moriarty, and then we're going to be switching to Truly Madly Guilty next week. So if you're a Leanne Moriarty fan, what a time to be alive. We're also, right now, we're doing The Crossover by Kwame Alexander. Then Eric and I are starting a sci-fi book club here at the library. And I am concerned that it's just going to be the two of us. So be a pal. Wait, was that the Free Willy theme? What were
I
you
thought
doing
that
there?
was Star Trek.
No, I think that was E.T.
That was Star.
No.
That was E.T.
I think you win E.T.
I think I tried to start with.
You were
What's
like,
Star Trek?
Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. That's Star Trek.
That's what I was doing.
No, you're doing E.T. We have it on tape. We have it on tape. The John Williams people are going to come after
I
you for that.
cannot tell you the theme song. I know the Michael Jackson one goes like, "Hey,
Oh, the Three Willie theme.
Ba-da-na-na-na-na. All right, yes, we're doing it. We're starting Caves of Steel.
First in the Asimov robot series, right?
Yeah, I've never read this one.
I haven't either. I'm excited.
Well, no, the first one is technically I, Robot, but that's a collection of like short stories.
Right.
So I think this is like a it's supposed to be. Asimov wanted to like prove that sci-fi wasn't a genre, but it could absorb other genres.
Yeah.
And so this is supposed to be like a hard-boiled detective.
When we were researching about this, like what books would be, I wanted to do an Asimov.
Yeah.
And I looked at a lot of lists that were like, where do you start? What's the best one? And it seemed pretty universal that this was the way to go.
Cool.
Outside of the short stories.
I've read some of the Foundation books.
They're
dry.
Only read the Bicentennial Man short story collection, but I really liked it. So.
Do you like the Bicentennial Man movie?
I did. Yes, I did. Robin Williams.
It's pretty depressing.
It is depressing, but I like it. It's
was
well
up
done.
there with his like Jack.
Oh boy!
Like here's somebody who wants to be a grown up and can't.
Don't even bring up Patch Adams. I can't.
Okay.
I can't even think about it.
Yeah. So we'll be doing that, and then after we're trying to go from like an old one to a newer one.
Yep.
So I can't remember if it's Leviathan Wakes.
We're ending on Leviathan Wakes.
So it's Artemis.
Andy Weir. Yep. Author of The Martian.
Yeah.
So it should be interesting because I've heard
Neuromancer.
mixed reviews.
Neuromancer, which I have read. And
Anyway, we're going to start. We're going to have the books here in the next couple of weeks, and then we'll be meeting for that at the end of March. So please join us for that. Otherwise, it'll just be the two of us, and we spend too much time together. That was Jurassic Park.
That wasn't Star Trek.
That was Jurassic Park.
That wasn't Star Trek.
Flat out.
All
right. I think that's going to do it for us.
Yeah. Do we have any concerts? Things?
Do we have any concerts? Oh, what an excellent question.
Thank you.
We do have an author visit coming up down on the 19th. We have an author coming in whose name I can't remember at the moment because Nikki set it up, not me. But we do have a romance author coming in. Her books have been doing very well, so we're looking forward to that. And Creek Bend Band is coming back March 7th. There's a whole bunch of stuff coming up. We've got a busy couple of months. So take a look at the library website, davidahowe.org. Is that it? Just davidahowe.org?
Are we an org?
Yeah, we are .org.
I mean, we're an organization.
Yep. Find us on Facebook at David A. Howe Public Library. You can find the library on Twitter at DA Howe Library.
Yeah.
Or you can find the podcast at the All the Book Show on Twitter.
Fun fact: if
rate,
you have
review us on iTunes or wherever you rate or review podcasts.
If you have friends who you think would love this podcast, but they don't listen to iTunes,
what should they do?
Or SoundCloud? We are now on Google Music, Google Play Music, and we are now on Stitcher.
Yep.
And we are now on what was the other thing?
Spotify.
We're on Spotify. We're on a few other things.
You can't help.
Yeah.
But find this podcast.
We're there. Yeah.
So
we now are on Spotify and Google Play. So
So do us a solid and share it with a friend.
Yeah.
All right.
Share it with two friends.
Yeah,
Look,
why not?
If you've only got one friend, that's fine. All you need is one friend.
Yeah, you don't want to.
Yeah.
That's
all you need for a podcast.
Look
at this. Look at that.
All right.
All right.
We're going to get out of here. We'll see you next week.
Pretty cold to the podcast crew today.
Was I?
Yeah, the little end like, we're going to get out of here.
Oh,
yeah.
sorry.
I don't know. It's just like a grandpa.
Well, I got to wrapping it up a couple of times, and then we didn't stop, so I just figured.
Can't stop, won't stop. That's my life.
Just
I live my life. Can't stop, won't
out.
stop.
Yep.
Who wanted to see my shoes?
Katura.
Where was she talking
wanted to see your shoes. Twitter. Talking to the All the Book Show on Twitter.
That's hilarious.
She says, nice, love the socks. They're Star Wars socks. I don't know if that was made clear.
Yeah,
Eric likes them because of the Last Jedi colors. Yep.
But also they're Star Wars colors.
Yeah.
Yes. I do like The Last Jedi.
Yeah, you do.
So
yeah, those socks spit in the face of all those Star Wars socks that have come before it. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. Give me your hand. Give me your hand in friendship.
Here's one thing. Yeah, no, I won't. There's no point. Discourse is dead in America.
Wow. wow.
No, I'm all right. Anything else?
No, I think we covered video games and all the fun things happening in life. I might go see Glass. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'll let you know what I think.
It'll be right up there with Solo and Venom for you backstabbing SOB.
You liked both of those.
Yeah, you couldn't even say that without
You did like both of those.
Not.
You're going to sit here and tell me you didn't enjoy Venom and Solo.
Ugh. Nah, I don't know. Mm-hmm. I won't rewatch them. I guess I have rewatched them. I've watched them both the second time, and I'm like, I'm out. I can't do this ever again.
All right.
So.
All right. Well, for the All the Book Show, I'm Nick Gunning. He's Wesley Crusher. We'll see you next time.